Hello, and how are you doing? We're finally over with the beginner maps on Impoppable, and now we're moving on to the little bit harder maps. It's still not ridiculously hard, but we're on the intermediate. Yes, indeed, they are pretty darn intermediate. Some of them are easier than others, obviously. This is actually one of the harder intermediate maps, so maybe we can have some fun with this one. Oh, yes, indeed. So, of course, you know, my first tower is the engineer. A couple people actually have been talking to me, and they're like, Chris, why do you use the engineers and the balloon chippers and the helicopters and the submarines and stuff like that? Because when it comes to the Flash version, every single one of these walkthroughs isn't going to work on the Flash version. It's just going to, you're going to have to redo them all, and it's going to be terrible. Well, yeah. To be honest, I probably will have to redo some of the walkthroughs, but I still have fun playing the mobile version. I actually like the mobile towers. I think the mobile version is actually much more fair with the towers that they give you, even though, yeah, some towers are obviously more usable than others. You know, I love the Ninja and the Engineer, and a couple other towers as well I think are fairly overpowered. The Balloon Chipper. Balloon Chipper is really, really, really good in my opinion. Yeah, they are good. And that's why I kind of do like them. I think, you know, they might need a few little tweaks here and there, but I still like the mobile version, and I feel like I should play the mobile version the way the mobile version should be played. It should be played with the towers that they give you, because the Flash version, let's just be honest with each other, is going to be way different than the mobile version, and I can guarantee it's going to be way harder. It does allow for easier micro, but at the same time, even with easier micro, the game's still going to be way, 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 way harder. Also, it doesn't allow the coins that they give you, those little coins that allow for extra Moab popping power or extra attack speed or attack damage or whatever you want to call it. All that stuff isn't allowed in the Flash version, so that's also another point to where it gets just a little bit tougher. So doing it naps, or at least trying to do them all naps, is going to be even more difficult. Also, one other thing is we don't actually know if they're going to come out for the Flash version. You know, we're all just kind of assume that they are because, you know, what hasn't come out for the Flash version that's come out for mobile, besides a few random maps and stuff like that. We're kind of just assuming it, but I mean, it is what it is. If we don't get it, we don't get it. You know, of course, they make more money doing mobile things. More people buy mobile things. It's also a paid app, so people who pay money to get these things, it's only $5, by the way, so it's not like you're paying $50 for a brand new Call of Duty or something. $5 for one of these games really isn't asking that much, and they do give you a lot more content. You know, there's probably 20 maps on this mode that aren't on the regular version, and it's also, in my opinion, I think BTD5 mobile is actually more fun. I know it's just kind of crazy. It's easier, yes, but it's also more fun. It makes it so you actually have to rely more on your towers instead of spamming road spikes with your thingamabob and doing all this stupid micro action. Micro, yes, it is fun. Okay, you can use micro just a little bit, but when you're spamming road spikes on every single level in the Flash version just to get an extra farm in the early game, it's not exactly the best thing ever, in my opinion. Because it kind of takes away from the game a little bit. Yeah, I know, it sounds a little bit weird to say it that way, but that's just the way that I feel. So I'm done with that. Let's get back to the strategy just a little bit. So we're already on level 40. So what are we going to do about level 40? Well, I'm actually going to get a balloon chipper. Yes, my little baby balloon chipper right here. I like to get him for level 40 or level 46, either one of those, because I like to use him for ceramic balloons. Yes, indeed. I love to use them for ceramic balloons because they suck up the ceramic balloon. Yeah, they take a really, really long time to chop up the ceramic layer, but they do. And if you have any tower that can just suck up something and stop it for a long time and then just spit out a non-ceramic layered balloon, it's obviously a pretty darn good tower. And it can soak up not just one of them, not just two of them, it can soak up 4 ceramics. So if you get a tower that can soak up 4 ceramics, shred all those layers off, and then just spit them out on easy balloons to pop like rainbows, pretty darn amazing tower in my opinion. So yeah, the balloon chipper. Oh my goodness. So we're going to keep on using the balloon chipper here. We got a 4Q Ninja as well. We got a 3-0 cannon in the bottom. I also got 2 spike factories in the bottom there, which were also in kind of weird spots. I actually just barely put them out of the range of the path just to the inside of where the spike factories are. Luckily enough for us, because if I kept putting spikes on those sides, it would have definitely limited the amount of pops that I would get later on in the map, because that would be after where my cannons are shooting and stuff like that. So yeah, it could be a little bit difficult. Anyways, I did have to use some road spikes on some of these levels. Level 49 is obviously a pretty darn difficult level, and all I had was a 4-2 ninja, a couple balloon chippers, and a couple cannons. I really didn't even have good cannons yet either. I just had some 3-2 cannons, but now finally I've got the 4th tier cannons. Yes. I actually really do enjoy the 4th tier cannons. I think the 4th tier cannons are one of the best balloon stoppers in the game. Yes, they're a little bit expensive, but once you get them, you can stop almost any amount of balloons, or at least allow your towers that can pop balloons to have a lot more time of popping the balloons. 2-3 boomerang, 4-2 ninja, any sort of super monkey, any sort of extra mortar or extra cannon, they're gonna help out. You know, I like a 4-2 cannon, a 3-0 cannon. Pretty darn good combination right there, because the 4-2 cannon is gonna stop the balloons. 3-2 cannon is gonna also pop an extra layer after the 4-2 cannon already hits them. So boom shakalaka, very good combination right there. So I'm actually going to keep on spamming just a few balloon chippers here. Obviously, balloon chippers are, like I said, very, very overpowered. And I'm going to use them. Again, they're part of the game. I'm going to use them. And also, this is Impoppable Mode, so this is supposed to be the hardest mode that we've ever seen. So I'm going to use towers that I think are the best to hopefully beat these. And not just beat them, but I want to beat them easily. So that's why I do also go with the farms. I go with the Monkey Farmer up there. Yes, I know, Monkey Farmer, it is not technically naps, but what is the Monkey Farmer to us? He doesn't do any popping power. He just sucks up nanners, so we don't have to micro and click thousands upon thousands of nanners every single road. Oh my god, it just annoys me thinking about it, picking up all those nanners. But you know what? I do it sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to get a nanner farm in this game. I only got 2 farms. How many bananas could there possibly be? Billions. Billions is the correct answer. You're always going to have more nanners coming out. No matter how many you think you have, there's just more nanners, especially the 3rd tier nanner farms. Oh my goodness, the 3rd tier nanner farms, they spit out nanners like nobody else. Yeah, of course, you got crates for the 4th tier, so actually you're getting more money, but not as much nano, so you have to keep clicking all the time. But the 3rd tiers, especially if you got like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 or 9 or 12 in like a little single spot, boom, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. You can click non-stop and still have nanners just popping out of nowhere, and you still can't even get enough of them. So we are getting farther into the game, and what you're noticing is I basically have 2 sections. My one section is my front section, my Moab popping power, mostly the balloon chippers, and then I have the back section, which is the balloon popping power, which is the Arctic Wind and the 4-2 cannon, because everybody knows those 2 guys in the back can pop most, if not all, of the balloons that you're ever going to see, with a few exceptions like camo balloons. Camo balloons can be a little bit of a problem if you don't do it the right way on level 78, and also there's a couple other random areas where maybe they'll leak through with some crazy regrows if you don't attack them in the right way. If you put too many balloon chippers up towards the front and just let them regrow and into infinite amount of balloons, and then all of a sudden they get back down to your 4-2 cannon and Arctic Wind, you can actually get to the point where there's so many regrows, they actually, there's more of them than the pop limit of that 4th tier cannon. So you can actually have it to the 4th tier cannon, even though it's supposed to affect all the balloons, quote unquote, it actually doesn't. It doesn't affect all the balloons. It just affects some of them. And then once you get to that point, it's not a good idea, because if you already have more than the pop limit of a cannon, oh man, because cannons have a big pop limit. Oh boy, do they. Oh wow, already on level 78. That happened fast, right guys? Level 78 is one of my least favorite levels. It's killed me so many times, especially in my early days of BTD5. You always think, oh, I got this. You know what? Only have to worry about moabs at level 78. That's what we're at. We're at the moab part of the game. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Ceramic camos. Oh my goodness, camo ceramics, those guys are ridiculous. If the only thing that could be worse is if they were regrow camo ceramics. So honestly, I think they should have probably done that a little bit later in the game to make it more difficult. Maybe put that on level 83 or something like that. I know there is regrow camo rainbows, that's almost the same thing. I think on level 81. Yeah, I think right here. What level is this? I'm building too many mob malls, can't even tell you guys. I don't even know. 82. So this is a pretty darn decently hard level. 82 I would say is a lot harder than 83. Then 84 is probably the level that takes the cake until you get into Impoppable Mode. Impoppable Mode, it definitely, level 85 is by far the most difficult level. I don't see there being any other way you could talk me out of saying that, because 5 Zelma gods, that's times 4, 20 BFBs. 20 BFBs, but the thing is they're all coming out at once, and not only 20 BFBs, but 80 Moabs. 80 Moabs coming out, oh my goodness. Oh wait, did I tell you guys how many ceramics that is? Wait, if we got 80 Moabs times by 4, oh my goodness, 320 ceramic blues. What the heck? Alright, so here it is, the Zomai Gods, and we're going to take them down. You know, we got most of this stuff. I also tried to use the first strike, didn't really work out the way I wanted to. But I guess that is okay. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a super duper delicious day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you want to see a little bit more sweet action, feel free to check out the over 200 episodes of BTD Battles. And we got some mobile down there if that's what floats your boat. Also Bloons Monkey City, one of my favorite games. And if you just want a little bit of a quickie, we got some random mod series down there. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today. As always, thanks for watching. Have a super awesome day.